You're listening to the Spurs News Christmas Special. Now please, welcome your ho-ho hosts. Hello everybody and welcome to the Spurs News Christmas Special. I am Sam. Joining me to discuss all things Tottenham Hotspur, well, maybe a little bit about Tottenham, but mostly just being silly for an hour. He's back. It's Matt.
Hello, how are you?
No. How are you? We've had months, sir. Months of people asking when you will reappear on the podcast. My explanations of, gender fluidity and stuff like that have gone down funny with some, not others. So welcome back. Are you well?
I am, yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't work, hence why my voice is kind of as it still is. But yeah, I'm good, mate. I am good, yeah.
I am delighted to hear that. Now, joining us today, making us a trio for the Christmas special, all the way from the islands, the Polynesian Islands, which, if my geographies are correct, and based on his accent, must be near Hull. It's Dan!
Alan, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm well, mate. And you?
Yeah, good. Still got the Polynesian accent there, so
yeah, I can hear that. Yes. You have to have been listening to this show for a while to get that joke.
Do you know what as well? At the beginning of the show, we use a little ho 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 as a pun.
Yeah.
The other day, Vicky said to me, "I've seen this Christmas jumper that says ho ho ho, it's coming home," and I'm like, surely it must say, "It's coming ho ho home." She's like, oh yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah. They've missed a trick if that is not what it says. It's coming ho ho home. Someone somewhere made some money there, I hope.
Absolutely.
I saw some which was like, "It's coming gnome," and it had obviously a Christmas gnome on it. That was good.
Like it.
I don't know. Ho ho home, that one works. I like that one. But this is the Christmas special of the Spurs News podcast, where we're going to talk a little bit about Tottenham. We're going to dive into fan questions and stuff like that, what people have submitted to us. And and also with a bit of a Christmas twist, because I have managed to put together, or rather place on all of our usual kind of like jingle stuff, I've added sleigh bells, which makes it Christmassy automatically, doesn't it? Mm. So we're going to open up, because I promised I'd do this, we're going to open up with comments from our various social medias. Now it's time for your comments from our social media. See, sleigh bells.
There you go. Sam, do you know, just an interesting thing I learned the other day, that E17 classic, Stay Another Day.
Stay Now! Yeah.
That was actually released in the summer of that year, but didn't do very well, so they just added some sleigh bells to it, and it got Christmas #1, so you're spot on, mate.
Well, this time next year, fan comments, Christmas #1, the campaign starts here.
Perfect.
Now, Matt, I always ask you this, would you like to go to Facebook or Instagram?
As it's Christmas, let's go traditional, and let's go Instagram first.
Okie dokie. Right then, we're going to go hunt down lovely Laura and what she has submitted across. Laura couldn't be on the show today because she don't like any of us. Her words, not mine. Okay, so the first one is from someone called Dutchie. What is your go-to meal at Christmas lunch/dinner? Dan, we'll open with you. Something Polynesian, I'd guess.
Traditional Polynesian dish.
Yeah.
It's got to be roast turkey.
Yeah. Solid, yeah. We're offending the island nations right now, but who cares? I do. Don't be mad. You're lovely people. Matt, what about yourself?
Well, do you know what? I just realised now, what did they eat turkey in Polynesia? Is it a thing that's eaten in every Christmas place? Because you know what? 12 years ago, when my lovely wife and I got married, we had our honeymoon in Australia. Yeah. And we was there over Christmas, and there was no way I was eating a hot roast dinner in Australian summer.
It's their summer, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah, of course. I think I had a nice salmon or something at the time.
Got to be a barbecue, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you're doubting the authenticity of my Polynesian heritage.
Yeah, I feel offended right now, confronted by this. No, it's definitely going to be different all around the world. So wherever you're listening, tell us the differences, because we do have listeners literally dotted all around the place. So yeah, get in touch. That'd be kind of interesting to me. Matt, what about yourself for Christmas this year?
Well, every year we go to the in-laws, and
Yep.
my brother-in-law makes just he's. I feel sorry for him because he's in the kitchen. They might as well get him a
Yeah.
chef's hat every year. But his downfall is that he just cooks so well. So you're
He
like,
is the best cook, yeah. So
yeah.
he
So
is done
unfortunately,
for.
mate, he doesn't spend much at Christmas.
If this year everything is burnt, he heard this, and he made sure no one's coming back. Yeah.
See, that's the trick, isn't it? Because like
Yeah.
with it getting colder, and I've been home quite a few weekends. I've been making a roast dinner, but the problem is, because I've kind of perfected my potatoes now. Both Vicky and my children won't let they won't let
Yeah.
Vicky. It's like Dad's got to cook the dinner now, so I've done
Humble
myself like a
brag.
kip
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, but I do good roast potatoes, by the way.
Well, and that is pretty important. That is for me what makes the roast dinner. I'm with my Polynesian cousin over there, so turkey and the traditional kind of lunch. So there we go. That's the first question done. That was good. I like that. That was a nice softball to kick us off, I think. Okay, Mountain Man. Now, Mountain Man, I'd normally play your jingle now, but I couldn't
You
find
can
it.
put sleigh bells on it.
No, I couldn't put any sleigh bells on it. Sorry, mate. But Merry Christmas. What should be Tottenham's New Year's resolution? And Merry Christmas to all the team at Spurs News. Thank you. Okay, Matt, I'll start you on this one. What should Tottenham's New Year's resolution be?
Spend far more in the January transfer window than I've ever done before.
Spend far more. And there. And Dan?
Offer young players more of a chance.
Ooh, contradictory New Year's resolutions there. I would like to see them pay more to young players. There we go, and we've rounded it out. Matt Falser _16 says, make a World Cup 11, but you can only have one player per nation. Okay, that's really difficult. On the fly. A World Cup 5-a-side, one player per nation. That's easier to do. Let's do that. We'll do goalkeepers first because you have to have a goalkeeper. So, Matt, for World Cup 11, based on what you've seen, you can only have one player per nation. Who would you start in goal?
Well, it doesn't have to be Spurs players. It can be anyone.
No, yeah, anyone at the World Cup.
Well, I'm still going to go Luis. He's in
Okay,
goal. Yeah, for me.
Hugo, and Dan?
I'd probably go. Who's actually done like really well? I like the Mexico goalkeeper.
The Mexican.
Ochoa.
Got no idea what his name is.
No, I was going to say. I've got to be honest with you.
I'm sure it's Ochoa.
With it being a 5-a-side, I'd go with that 6'8" Dutch keeper because I mean, it's 5-a-side goals. That guy's going to take some beating, isn't he? So that's my plan.
Do you know? I worry that Seb hasn't really been paying attention at school because Messi had a penalty against him yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah,
And he was going, "I was 6'8," and Seb was like, "What does it matter how tall Lionel Messi is?" And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like,
just look at the screen, dude. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we'll circle back to Seb's education later on.
He's clever in other aspects, but height,
yeah,
he's got a struggle.
That was worrying. To be fair, he probably doesn't know what feet and inches are. It's all centimeters and millimeters.
Yeah. It's metric.
So a defender then. Pick a defender for your 5-a-side from the World Cup, Matt.
Blimey. Let me have a think. Yeah, there you go. I'm going Spurs again. Romero, absolutely.
Okay,
Lionel Messi picked him out, and he said, if I didn't get man of the match, I would give it to him.
I would pick Romero as well. Dan.
I'm going to save Argentina for obvious reasons. I'll go Hakimi.
Oh, okay, yeah, good shout.
Did you see the penalty that he did?
That was ice cold.
Balls, man.
That was ice cold. Okay, moving in the midfield. So pick two midfielders. Matt.
Let Dan go first because I need to think about this one.
Oh, okay, Dan.
I'd go Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal, and then I'll probably cheat and just say Messi here because he can roam around midfield.
I would go Bellingham, and I would go Benson Core. And
that's good.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Yeah, do you know what? I was going to say Bentancur, and I feel like I'm going completely Spurs at the moment. So the other midfielder won't be Spurs, and it might be a bit of a surprise to you. This one, he's English, but it's not Bellingham. I'm going to go Henderson, and the reason why is I feel like over the years I've been a bit unkind towards Henderson, and he's not been the greatest. But he has. I think he's really made a difference for England. Not particularly even so much his ability in that, just being there. I keep saying to Seb when I watch him, I got the feeling that he's going to, especially seeing his interviews as well, this guy's going to be a top manager. Someone who's already a manager while they're a player. And I feel like he's been a key part of where England have got to so far.
Okay. All right. So you're partnering him with, Bentancur?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay. So now we pick our strikers. Dan, would you like to go first?
I think it's obvious it's going to be Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe for me.
Go for that.
Well, you've already had Lloris in goal.
I can't pick him, can I?
Yeah, I haven't.
What countries have I got left? I've used Argentina, so I can't pick Messi.
Yeah, so you've used France, Argentina, Uruguay, and England so far.
There you go. He's aging, but I'm going to pick him anyway. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh God, your team's got Ronaldo in it and Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
My team, you're the dirtbags. My team would whoop you. Okay, so that is the questions there from Instagram. I'm just going to flick back, see if we got any more.
I can't believe neither of you got Sonny in your team.
Oh, he's been crap. That's why. Right. And I say that in the nicest possible way because he's a legend and he's brilliant, but I think he was still carrying too much of an injury. He just,
he's been struggling all season, hasn't he? He's been struggling all season, to be fair, hasn't he?
Yeah. Okay, so
he got a quality assist though to get them through to the next round.
He did. No, that was
91st minute, like sort of slalom and run, and then perfect assist.
When you are that good, you are still going to have moments, even when you're out of form, without a shadow of a doubt. And he is that good. But I don't think I don't even think Sonny would question. He isn't in compare it to last season. It's night and day.
Yeah, I mean, he scored that hat-trick, didn't he, earlier in the season against Leicester? Yeah. But it almost didn't... He didn't kick on from that, which is just so bizarre at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is. Right, so we move over to Facebook. We open with Ben Thierry, who says, "Hi all, what's been your favourite Spurs moment, goal or otherwise, on the pitch this year, and have a great Christmas?" Matt, I'll open with you.
This season?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's going to be that. It's going to be that hat-trick. I mean, me and Seb were at the game, and
that was pretty awesome.
At half-time, I think we were leading 2-1 at half-time, but we were like, this is really... Yeah. I'm not sure. Was it 2-2? Mate, I can't remember, but we were struggling. I remember the last 5 or 10 minutes of the first half, I'm like, Conte's got to change something here because Leicester are on top of us. And then we came out and Sonny just scored that, 10-15 minute hat-trick and just absolutely destroyed them.
No. Do you know what? I think that's mine. Because the rest of the season's been a bit of a crazy seesaw, really. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I enjoyed that because I felt like that second half I was watching with a big smile on my face. Possibly the Bentancur winner when we came back against Bournemouth, just for the simple elation of the moment. But yeah, no, probably Sonny because I love Sonny. So him getting that hat trick was great. Dan, what about you?
It's not so much a single moment, but a single player, and that's Bentancur.
He's been amazing.
He scored that late double, didn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously that was incredible. But yeah, him just as a whole, been a revelation, really.
And now he's injured in that soddle.
He did it against Leeds though as well, didn't he? So it was 2 games that he got us those sort of late winners.
Yeah. No. He's been brilliant for us this season. He's been something else. So the next question is from someone called Tom Colson. Is that a relation of yours?
No, it isn't. But do you know what? I know who that is. So about 5 years ago, I bought something off Facebook, and it's from this guy. And when I knocked on the door, I was like, "We've got the same surname, right? It's so bizarre, right?" Yeah. And then we added each other on Facebook, right. And then people were like, "Oh, are you related?" We're like, "No, just another Coulson." And I just added him because I bought something off him on Facebook. It's a bit bizarre.
If I added every person I bumped into with the surname Jones, Facebook would be like 5 million people right now. It'd be ridiculous. But Tom Coulson, no relation, says, Emerson Royale, do you feel that we were bent over a barrel by Barca when we bought him? He offers nothing to the squad along with Sanchez. In January, both should be moved on. I think that's less of a question, more of a manifesto. I'm going to take that to Dan because I don't think Dan's going to argue much with this.
No, absolutely not. We got catfished.
Transfer catfished. I love that.
Yeah, on like paper and things, he looks like a footballer.
Yeah.
And he's from Brazil, and you think he's going to be like good going forwards, maybe bad defensively. We got absolutely catfished.
Yeah.
We've got somebody that's supposed to be from like Barcelona's sort of academy or whatever, or brought up with Barcelona for the last few years and played X amount of games for Brazil and Betis and all these sort of. And you think, right, we're going to have somebody that's going to be quality, and at 21, he could be our right back for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
As it played out, I wish he'd played for us for less than 10 games, but we've still got him now. So yeah.
Well, I kind of and Davinson Sanchez, big fan of his.
Sanchez, I've got a soft spot for, but they're all sorts of liabilities, which is the biggest problem we've got. And if you want to kick on like we do, you can't really keep them.
It appears to be finding new homes for them is the biggest issue, which I think speaks to their level. Matt, what about you? Emerson Royale and Davinson Sanchez, if they were both sold in January, would you be upset?
Yeah, do you know Davinson Sanchez? I kind of agree with Dan with this one. He's a bit hot and cold, but then you look at the Arsenal game last season when we beat them 3-0, and I remember Romero. They announced Romero was injured about 2 hours before the game, didn't they? And then Davinson Sanchez, and we're like, oh no, but he played amazing, and I think he's carried on that. Whereas Emerson Royale, oh gee, please just get him out of the club, please. He's just such a liability.
It's painful.
It's so frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. And like Dan said about being catfished, £18 million. And I know when you look at football, it's not, you can't compare having £18 million at home. It's a completely different world. Still, £18 million is a lot of money for someone who is absolute dog shit. You know what I mean? It really is.
Well, it's kind of economics of scale, really. When you're signing someone for 60 millions now, kind of like that's a good player now. I mean, I remember Alan Shearer going for 15 million. And everyone in the world going, football's lost it, £15 million for a football player, that's ridiculous. And then years later, I saw Neymar go for nearly $250 million between PSG and I just look at that and I think, spending £18 million and him being crap, that's kind of like the average now. It's kind of like, in the 90s, spending $1 million, it's like taking a bit of a chance. I dropped $1 million on this kid, he might be all right. Nah, it didn't work out, never mind, we'll make that back next week.
It's like putting a pound on the Aki, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's bad. Well, you got no arguments from me. If both leave, Sanchez goes with my love and blessing, and Emerson Royale goes with my boot up his ass. Okay, Matthew Fleming says, Merry Christmas to everyone at Spurs News. Another great year of content from you all, keeping me thoroughly entertained. Wow, he's my new favourite, by the way. What should be Conte's New Year resolution for 2023? That's slightly different to the club one. So what is Conte's New Year resolution? Dan, we'll start with you.
I should have probably done some homework and actually thought of answers for these things. But again.
Welcome to the show, Dan. It's not just thrown together, we put work in. Oh, I know everyone just thinks it's half-assed, but I'll tell you now.
We all woke up 15 minutes ago, didn't we? Just to hit record and just hope for the best.
For some of us, that's true.
I was going to say, it's not far from the truth. I'm going to go with the same sort of answer I gave last time, which is you've got Jed Spence and Skip that are super talented players that need a chance. Tanganga has sort of just been thrown on the side for the last, 12 months, 18 months, barely getting a kick. Brian Gill, again, there's another young player there that's not been given a shot. So I just think give him a chance. I don't want to throw Spurs under the bus or anything at the moment, but you look across the board at other clubs, some neighbours down the road, they're all giving young players a chance and doing well. So I don't really buy into the having to play the same 11 every game. Mix it up, give players a chance. Otherwise, you might as well not sign them.
So Conte's New Year's resolution should be give youth a chance. All Dan is saying is give youth a chance. Matt, what about yourself?
What did Alan Hansen say though? You can't win anything with kids. That's a famous quote.
And then that went well.
Yeah. I think my New Year's resolution for Conte personally is that he needs to sit down, get a piece of paper in front of him that says, I will commit to Spurs for a few more years and sign it.
Okay. My New Year's resolution for Antonio Conte, I don't know, become best friends with Harry Kane and make him sign a new deal. That's there you go.
Hang on a second, Sam. You want Harry Kane to sign a new deal?
Yeah, so when we sell him, we get decent money.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought the love had flooded back.
No. He's just jerking us all around, and then he'll go again this summer. Anyone who says difference in denial.
What about if England win the World Cup, though?
Then he'll leave with a World Cup winner's trophy.
I think he's here now. He's set for life.
I think you're in denial. Okay, John Dorkino. John, I've butchered your name. Merry Christmas, my friend. We struggled through the first half of the season, amassing the points without quite clicking. Do you think Spurs will come back from the World Cup break playing better, or do you think we'll continue to struggle for form? Matt, what do you think?
Playing better, absolutely.
Yeah, that's positive. I like that, Matt. Dan, what do you think?
I'd like to hope that, but I think it's going to be more of the same.
That wasn't a positive noise.
I'm sorry, but yeah, Conte is quite a stubborn man, and I think we'll see more of the same. The one plus is Kulusevski seems to be back fit and firing, and he's been a huge miss. So I think an awful lot of what we say the first half of the season has been has been absent of him, and he makes our team click an awful lot, especially sort of between transitions from midfield to up front. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's the shining light if there's a positive spin on it.
Good old Kulusevski.
I was going to say, sorry, mate. I was going to say that I think we come to realise, haven't we, that with players being out injured, and you're like, oh damn, that player's out, but I'm sure we'll be okay. It just shows how much Kulusevski we missed him. Like Dan said, just connect, to making those runs, connecting the midfield, taking chances, breaking the defence up. We just struggled with that, and this guy he's got confidence in leaps and bounds and just takes players on. And obviously I know you guys watch on TV and I watch them in the stadiums and we play at home, but there's so many times when you're looking at the team and they come out and you think, right, okay, let's go at this team, and it's so laboured and static, and they're struggling to work out how to break the opposition down. And Kulusevski seems to just do it so comfortably and naturally, and we have massively missed that guy.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, we have.
Here's a follow-up question on that.
Yeah.
Is it, say somebody like Lucas instead, why can't he do the same sort of job as Kulusevski?
Because he's not.
Because I think in terms of ability, probably has it. I think it's almost like a youthful naivety with Kulusevski that he just wants to take everybody on.
Yeah,
he's got this confidence or whatever. The players don't have.
I mean, you could say that, but then you could look at Brian Gill and say the same thing. Brian Gill's younger than Kulusevski. His whole game is about beating people. But in England, for whatever reason,
but he hasn't been given a chance.
Well, he has. He's played plenty of times. He's only been done it in fits and starts. But you say about giving players chances and stuff like that, but you go to a game, he plays crap, and he gets smashed by his own fans for 20, 30 minutes. What good's that going to do the kid?
And do you know what as well? Talking of Kulusevski, I'm trying to turn it back into a bit of a positive spin as well, is that I know it's a bit of a cliche, but he plays like. Do you remember when you used to play down the park with your mates and you just put a couple of
Yeah,
jumpers down for goalposts and stuff? That's how he seems to play. There's just no fear on the kid at all.
yeah,
And I think that's possible because I said to Seb when I watched the games, I said one thing I like about Lucas, and I know that's because you mentioned Lucas, Dan. One thing I like about him is he takes players on,
yeah.
and he's willing to try it, and maybe 2 out of every 5 he'll succeed and he'll beat the first man, but. I still feel like with age just come cautiousness, and I don't think that Kulusevski has that. And do you remember when we when we played Norwich the last game of last season? And he did that interview in Sweden, didn't he? So it's in Swedish. I think it was translated into English. And if you guys saw it, and he was saying
Yeah,
that he missed the absolute sitter, didn't he?
yeah,
And then he was like, right, next time I'm going to bang it in top corner, and he did. And
yeah.
it to him, it's like I'm going to do that. I'm just going to get the ball, knock it onto my left foot, and curl it in, and that's what I'm going to do. And I did it. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of that, and that's why. And sorry, I know I'm going around the houses with this. I think that's where Delhi's downfall's been. Delhi was like that, and I think as he's got older, he's got more cautious, and he's not, and that part of his game's been taken
Well,
away. He's struggled.
see, in my opinion, it got coached out of him.
Mm,
You think about Pochettino would encourage him to express himself and create the platform. That's not what Jose did.
no.
Jose was all about you don't take that chance. You lay the ball back, you do this, you do that. And if he wasn't getting on the end of like balls pinged to him, he wasn't able to do anything. He wasn't able to affect the game. But there's the other aspect to it as well, is defenders work people out. And if you then can't adapt, that's when your level drops. With Delhi, once defenders, think about that first season, second season, the kid was scoring for fun. That goal against Crystal Palace is still one of the best goals I've ever seen. You wouldn't happen now. A defender would clatter him because they know he's got the ability to do it. so
Mm.
so it's difficult, but then you have to. If you want to be really good, you adapt. You change your game. Look at Harry Kane. Kane, when he first started, was all about a small turn of pace, power, strong, and hitting shots from everywhere. Defenders now know that, so they change. So he changed his game. He comes deep. He creates goals as well as scoring them. So you get tight to him, he'll flick it over the corner to Sonny, and Sonny will score. You stand off him, he'll hit it from 30 odd yards. So Kane adapted his game, and I think that's the mark of a very good player, as opposed to someone who's good but then hasn't quite taken that next step. In my humble opinion, anyway.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Kulusevski isn't just an unknown to the Premier League. Until we signed him, he was an unknown to all of us. So he's playing on that at the moment, I guess, isn't he?
Yeah. So the final question we have on Facebook is from Ryan Miller, who's a long-time listener of the show. Generally quite a nice guy, but this question pissed me off. This is for anyone, but I'm sure Sam will love it as he's a huge fan of these managers. If you had to pick a manager to replace Antonio Conte, and there were only 2 managers available, so you had to pick one of these, who would you pick between Tim Sherwood and we don't talk about Nuno? And you have to give them 3 compliments.
God blimey! Did you have to read that one out?
Yeah, I read
I
it
mean, I
out.
love Ryan
I'm
Miller.
not
He's a
answering it.
long-time
It's
listener.
ridiculous. That's like asking someone like, okay, there are 2 turds on the ground and you have to eat one. No, I refuse the premise of the question. It's ridiculous. So bad. You just want me to play the tune and I'm not going to do it. But yeah, so that is everything. That is all the fan comments, questions. Thank you very much. When the show returns as normal, that return is a normal feature as well. But this is the Christmas special. On the Christmas special, we have a Christmas quiz. Now, the Christmas quiz is traditional. We do it every year. And this year, I'm delighted to say that obviously it's going to be Dan versus Matt. And are you guys both ready for this?
Yeah. What's the prize? What pressure am I under?
The prize is bragging rights, so I'm
okay.
not. Yeah.
For a whole year as well.
For a whole year, guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, okay, let's bring it on. Bit of tension music. You all love the tension music.
Yeah, isn't that what's that one where you have to sit in the chair? Mastermind.
no, that one where you sit in the chair. I like
Yeah,
that.
Mastermind. Was that from there?
No, that
No.
was that. This is one where people aren't going to sue me for using it.
I was going to say we don't have the copyrights for that.
No, no.
Sounded
no,
like
no,
it.
no,
It's
no.
allowed to sound like it.
It's allowed to, yeah, but whether it actually, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, 'cause that'll get me in trouble.
Hold on to your baubles. It's time for the Spurs News Christmas Quiz.
Hold on to your baubles. I love that I wrote that down and he had to read it out. But yeah, so this is the Christmas quiz. In the Christmas quiz, the beautiful and wonderful Laura has pre-recorded the questions for you guys. So, question number 1. Move your phones and any devices, including your watch, Dan, away so you cannot look up the answers. Upon each question, you'll have a moment, and then I'll check with you to make sure you've got an answer, and then I will go to you one at a time, and you will either hear a correct or a wrong noise. Okay, is that all clear?
Let's go. Come on.
Right then, question number 1.
Okay, we have question 1. We opened the season on the 6th of August at home against Southampton, winning the game 4-1 after conceding first. Who scored the first Tottenham goal of the 2022-23 Premier League season?
See, I based all of these questions on the season so far. Because I actually thought that was harder. It's like all stuff we should remember. Let me know when you both have an answer.
I've got one.
Okay,
I've
Dan?
got a wrong answer. Yeah,
Well, you don't know. It might be all right.
I'm pretty confident.
Okay,
I don't
Matt,
know
what's
it.
your answer?
I was there, Ryan Sessegnon.
And you reckon that's right, do you?
Yeah, I can remember the game.
Yeah, it was a header, wasn't it? Yeah.
And Dan?
Yeah, I didn't have that. I said Kulusevski. I can picture it now. It was like a cross to the far post, and Sessegnon got on the end of it.
In the North Stand.
That is
And
1-0.
It had a chance like 2 minutes earlier that he'd missed.
It did.
Yeah.
I remember it now.
Oh, what a shame. The quiz has already started. 1-0 to Matt. Here comes question 2.
Question 2. Our second Premier League game of the season was against who?
These are hard, man.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is they should be so much easier. Like last year I was asking questions from like, in 1961, who played left back, and we were like, oh, I know that. In theory, games that we watched in the last few months, this should be so much easier.
I do think I actually know this one, though.
Okay, so Dan has an answer. Matt, do you have an answer?
Yeah. Who's going first?
It's going to be Dan.
I think it was away to Chelsea.
The man's right. And Matt?
Yeah, I was going for that as well.
Really?
I was, yeah.
Right, so somebody check his answers.
You didn't sound convincing that, yeah, that's what I had.
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. 100, yeah. Okay, question number 3.
Moving on to question 3. On the 17th of September, we defeated Leicester 6-2 in the Premier League. 4 different Spurs players got on the score sheet. Name them.
Oh, blimey.
You gotta get all 4 to get the point.
I can obviously remember one. Yeah, I can't
Whilst
think
these
of
two are thinking, just want to say another quick thank you to everybody for listening. If you're playing along at home, how are you getting on? Let us know.
Right, I've got an answer.
Okay, Dan has an answer. Matt, are you ready?
Yeah, do you want me to go first this time?
Yes,
'Cause I don't
please.
think I can remember all 4. Obviously, Sonny scored a hat trick. I
Yeah.
can remember Kane scoring. I can remember Bentang's scoring. but I can't remember the fourth one.
Go on, just take a guess.
Sessignon again.
It was a bad guess.
Oh.
And Dan, what are the 4 you got?
See, again, I've gone with the same 3 that Matt's got right,
Yeah.
but then the last one, I've said Højbjerg.
The correct answer was Eric Dyer.
Oh, of course it was. Of course it was.
The legend that is.
Oh.
Okay, the scores after 3 questions. Matt is on 2, Dan is on 1. The tension is building, people.
I mean,
how
how
many
got
questions are there? Do I have time? Yeah.
There are 407 questions. No, there are 5 questions.
Right, 2 left. Go on in.
Yeah, here we go.
Question 4. In the final game before the World Cup, we won a crazy game against Leeds, 4-3, with 3 different goal scorers on the day. Name them.
Right, so that's quite recent, isn't it?
It's literally our last game.
Yeah, but it does feel like a long time ago.
I want to point out, by the way, question 4 and 5 I think are the easiest quiz questions I've ever written.
Right.
And yet I did a quick test, and the person I tested it on was just like, oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I can remember.
Okay, let me know when you have your answers.
Yeah, I'll go first this time, I think.
Okay. So,
So
Dan, go for it.
if I get it wrong, then it isn't my fault because I was in Vietnam at the time and it was like 2 a.m. in the morning when the game was on.
I was at Stevenage.
I remember watching it,
Yeah.
and Benson Cole scored a late double.
Yeah.
Harry Kane scored, and I think bit of a curveball, but I think it was Ben Davies scored.
The point for Dan. And Matt?
Yeah, mate, I had written it down. I mean, I wish I could show you, like on Countdown, because it was Kane scored, then Davis scored the equaliser, didn't he? And Bentancur scored the 2. Yeah. Sorry, mate.
We go to 3-2 as we enter the 5th and final question.
Question 5. The FA Cup third round draw was held during the World Cup. Tottenham were drawn at home. The draw result was posted on the page you both helped manage. Who did we draw?
Oh, I know it. I know it. Easy.
You both have your answers?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll go to Dan first. Dan?
Play at Pompey.
That is a correct answer, and you got their nickname correct, which means you get a bonus point, giving you 2 points for that one. And Matt?
Yeah, I'll just say Portsmouth.
Oh, well, you only get the 1 point for
There you
that,
go.
so we're all square. It's 4 points all for the Christmas quiz.
Happy days.
That means we have a tie-break question, which Laura recorded and I was going to use no matter what. Yay!
Penalty shootout.
Now, this should be a little bit fun. Okay, Laura, tiebreaker. What is it?
Now, for the tiebreaker. Jimmy Greaves is the all-time Tottenham goalscorer, netting an impressive 266 goals in 379 appearances for us. Harry Kane is close to breaking this record and is currently sat on 261. But how many appearances to date?
So, whoever gets closest wins the point and wins the bragging rights for a full year.
Did you? Can I ask you to repeat a bit that she said?
You can ask.
Okay. How many games did it take Jimmy Greaves?
Jimmy Greaves scored 266 in 379.
Right. Okay.
Kane is on 261, but how many appearances?
379. So I think it's got to be.
Let me know when you have your answers.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Dan? Get off Google, Dan.
No, I'm sort of trying to work it out on like goals per game kind of thing. But
Right.
I'll just go. I'll go. What did we say? Jimmy Greaves is played.
Right. Come on.
What was it 379? Did you say?
Greaves, yeah, 379, yeah.
I'll say Kane's got a better goal score. Oh, actually, I'll say. Oh, we'll go 390.
390. And Matt, what was your guess?
So I remember looking it up a few weeks ago and seeing that he's got a worse goal to game ratio. I know that for a fact. And if I can remember, I think it was in the 400s. I'm going to go 401.
Okay. I can confirm one of you is only 3 out.
Shoot.
That means neither is a minute.
So Harry Kane.
There's some
Harry Kane has scored 261 goals in 387 appearances. Dan wins the Christmas quiz.
Oh, I could have sworn it was higher than that.
He comes in, he just takes the crown and leaves. Unbelievable.
You taking it back to Polynesia, you can.
I've got the plane over, especially, so I don't know how big the trophy is. But...
Yeah, it's not carry on, mate. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Well done, Dan. Well done, mate. You deserved it.
Now, after
it was very much luck.
Dan gets the sparkle now as he sits back enjoying his victory in the Christmas quiz. But Matt unfortunately has to go straight to work because it is time for the much requested and missed.
Welcome to Matt's Stats.
Now we've added sleigh bells. Ho, ho, ho. Matt, over to you.
I love it. You can't beat a jingle with some sleigh bells on, can you?
No, you can't. No.
Right, okay, so as we prepare to return to Premier League football on Boxing Day after a World Cup, which is something that did we think any of us would ever say in the history of football?
No, it's very weird. I do just want to say, by the way, we are recording this on the day that England are playing France, but this show won't go out until the 23rd, which means the World Cup will be finished. So in theory, people could be listening to this knowing, England have won the World Cup, which... very unlikely. But yeah, we at this time of recording, England are going to play France in a few hours. So just wanted to put that out there for everybody.
do you know what? We're going to miss a trick, Sam, if we don't do this. Yeah. And Dan, right, how many times have we done where we recorded afterwards and we record two different sides of it? So I don't know if you want to do a quick. We've won the World Cup and a quick.
We'll do that at the end.
Okay, fantastic. Okay,
sorry,
right. Okay.
Sorry. Matt Stats.
Right. Okay, so we return on Boxing Day with an away fixture against Brentford. So I thought I'd like to share some Boxing Day stats with you. Now I'll go back in time to start with, give you a little bit of history of it, and I know I have done in the past in our Christmas specials, but just to remind people. So our first competitive Boxing Day tie was against Southampton. And it was a 1-1 draw in 1898. We used to play up until, I think, was it the 60s? We used to play one game on Christmas Day and one day on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
That's madness, isn't it? 2 games in 24 hours. And one was home, one was away.
Yeah, and the players moan nowadays. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, it's insane. Our first home Boxing Day tie was in 1908, and it was a 3-0 win against Oldham. And sorry to bring a little bit of negativity on my little stats, but our first North London derby on Boxing Day was a 3-1 defeat in 1911. But we did against Arsenal, but we did beat them on Christmas Day of that year, 5-0. So. Yeah,
I post that on Christmas Day every year.
There you go. And we had bragging rights over him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right, bringing it completely up to today. So we are actually, and this is something I didn't know until I researched it, we are unbeaten in our last 15 Boxing Day Premier League ties.
We're screwed. Bloody hell, Matt. What the hell? You had one job. Oh.
And that was
I'm not watching that game now.
Yeah, do you know what? I mean, I know Dan alluded to earlier about how if we're going to play the same as we did before, but I'm hoping, because if we do, and Brentford have been playing pretty decent, haven't they? So
yeah,
we'll see. And it's away. We'll see. But
will Brentford have their star striker?
Oh yeah, of course. Has he been suspended or?
I don't know, but I wouldn't bet on him being there.
Did you see? And I don't know if this is. I think this is true. and I know Wikipedia, people can alter Wikipedia, but have you seen his full name?
No.
So his full name is something like Ivan Benjamin Eduardo Tony, which stands for I bet, doesn't it? Now that is, if that's true,
I
right, that
really, really hope that that's true. But at the same time, if someone has done that, you are heroes. Because it sounds true enough.
it does, doesn't it? Yeah, go on to Wikipedia, and like I say, I know people can adjust it. It's not always the best source of trueness, is it? But
While you're talking about your stats, I'm going to check a few sources that I do rely on. Continue, keep
look
going.
it up. Look it up. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we've gone 15 Boxing Day Premier League ties undefeated since a 2-0 defeat at Portsmouth in the 03-04 season, and out of those 15, we've won 12. And drawn 3 of them, and 2 of those 3 draws, I don't know if you remember, we walloped. We got Fulham 3 years in a row in Boxing Day,
That's
and
weird.
we walloped them in the first game, and then the next 2 games were 0-0. So
Just to interrupt Matt's stats, Ivan Benjamin Elijah Tony, I can
there we go.
confirm it is I bet.
That's insane, isn't it?
That's terrible. That's just okay. Sorry, mate. Carry on.
That's the thing. If you was reading a book, like a fiction book, and that said that, you'd be like, well, that's not going to happen in real life, is it?
No,
You know,
not at
these
all.
strange things happen.
I bet, and he gets done for gambling. No, nonsense. I mean, the clue was in the name.
Of course.
No one picked it up. Oh, I'm shook of. Okay.
Right, okay, so there's been some memorable results during these 15 games. One of them I was lucky enough to go to when we beat Southampton 5-2 when we was playing in Wembley in 2017. And we also beat Aston Villa 4-0 in 2012. Nice. And very, very recently, we beat Crystal Palace last year 3-0. Yeah, and talking about the Crystal Palace game, it helped Harry Kane break a couple of records. Again, I'm not sure if you're aware of. So our 3-0 Boxing Day win over Palace saw Harry Kane set 2 new records. He is now the only player to score in 6 consecutive Premier League Boxing Day fixtures in a row after netting in the 32nd minute against Palace last Boxing Day. And he also becomes now the joint top Premier League Boxing Day goal scorer of all time.
Wow,
now,
so if he scores this year,
he'll be outright.
I'll be amazed if he plays on Boxing Day, to be honest with you.
Of course, yeah. If we've won the World Cup, when people are listening, he's definitely not going to play, is he?
Hashtag bans. Yeah.
So, before I finish my stats, do you still want to take a guess who he shares that with? That record
for Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, 9 goals in Boxing Day Premier League.
Just because he's the man, I'd say Alan Shearer.
What about you, Dan?
I was going to say Andy Cole.
Do you know what? Andy Cole just came to my mind as well.
You're both wrong, guys. You're both wrong.
Go on.
Robbie Fowler.
Bloody hell. Yeah. He did used to score a lot. Now he's a crazy ass landlord.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Is that what he's doing nowadays?
Yeah, he just owns loads of property. He basically owns Liverpool.
See, I know this is a really terrible association, but I can remember him doing that very controversial goal celebration where he was sniffing a line. Now, was that snow or was that a line?
He was, it's an interesting chap.
Was it Boxing Day he did that? Because that'd be fantastic if that was the case.
Well, yeah, we'll say it was. We'll tie it in. Yeah,
there you
definitely.
Go. There you go. Yeah, there's my stats, guys, for the Christmas special.
Well, I loved it. Thank you, mate. And I'm really glad to hear that back. And I know lots and lots of people will as well. We're now moving on to a section of the Christmas special, which is kind of a surprise for you, really, Matt. So, as a fair few people will remember, a few years ago now, you wrote the 12 Days of Tottenham, a clever reworking of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Well, clever maybe isn't the right word to use.
No. It was genius, and we loved it. And you, being a man of stature, integrity, brilliance, and all-round handsomeness, sang that by yourself to all the listeners like a hero, like an absolute boss, like a man. You did that. And today, I'm delighted to say that Polynesian Dan, as a tribute to your effort, is going to rework it again to a modern time, to our current squad. And we are going to get the 12 Days of Tottenham from the legend that is Polynesian Dan, because he's not going to chicken out and hang up like he said he would before we started recording.
I love this. This feels like Band-Aid, the reworking of the Band-Aid song, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's like you can sit back and really enjoy it because, you know, you did the original.
Yep.
Now you're passing the baton on, and Dan, you're being very quiet.
Oh, I've been absolutely stitched up, haven't I?
Yeah. Welcome to the show, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. When you guys asked me to do the Christmas special, the first thing that popped into my head was Matt's rendition of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, half jokingly, I said to you, Sam, that I was up for doing the 12 Days of Christmas rework in homage to it. But yeah, no, it's sort of fallen on to like recording time.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of stage fright about it.
No, I did say to you, would you like to pre-record it? And you were like, nah, it's cool. So I'll do it live, he said.
Oh yeah, I can't say anything for my singing talents, but we'll go for it. And you guys have got the words in front of you, so everybody knows you can join in if you wanted to.
Everybody will know that me and Matt can join in if we want to. You're right.
There we go.
Everybody now knows that.
Oh gosh, right, okay. So on the first day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me a striker that's one of our own.
Good start, strong start.
Yep.
You can join in.
We can, you're
On
right.
the second day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 2 lads from Juve and a striker that's
one of our own. There you go.
On the third day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 3 defensive headaches.
2 lads from Juve and a striker that's one of our own.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own. All right, this is the big one.
Yeah.
On the 5th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me a Viking from Denmark. Because Højbjerg's number 5.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could do it.
Yeah. I feel like we've taken a real liberty there, but I like it. 4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own.
Okay, 6. On the 6th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 6 Champions League group stage games.
And a Viking from Denmark.
4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own. On the 7th day, I'm clutching at straws here. On the 7th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 7 Heung-min Son.
6 Champions League group stage games.
And a Viking
Viking from Denmark.
4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own.
Wow.
It gets worse.
Oh,
Honestly.
really?
Is anybody still listening?
Yeah, no.
Everyone's pressing that 15-second
day
thing.
of Christmas, Tottenham gave to me 8 Bentancur bookings, 7 Heung-min Son, 6 Champions League group stage games, a Viking
from Denmark. 4 goals against
Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a
striker that's one of our own.
On the 9th day of Christmas, Tottenham gave to me 9 Premier League wins, 8 Bentancur bookings, 7 Heung-min Son, 6 Champions League group stage games.
He's killing me.
A Viking
from Denmark.
4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headers, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own.
I knew I should have started day drinking.
Dan, can I just stop you 1 second before you go, mate? You know when you laugh so much that your skull hurts, right?
Oh, brilliant.
Sorry, mate. Go on, carry on.
10th day.
I've lost track now. On the 10th day of Christmas, Tottenham gave to me 10 goals from set pieces.
9 Premier League wins. 8 Bentancur bookings. 7 Heung-min Son. 6 Champions League group stage games. A Viking from Denmark. 4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own. Wow, we were nearly in sync then for all of nothing.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 11 World Cup players, 10 goals from set pieces, 9 Premier League wins, 8 Bentancur bookings, 7 Heung-min Son, 6 Champions League group stage games.
A Viking from Denmark.
4 goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from you. And a striker that's one of our own. Right, we're there, guys.
We're there.
Last one.
Come on, the last one.
On the 12th
We should sing it together.
day of Christmas,
No.
my Tottenham gave to me. Matt, get ready.
Go on.
12 Harry
Harry
Kane
Kane
goals.
goals.
11 World Cup players, 10 goals from set pieces, 9 Premier League wins, 8 Bentancur bookings, 7 Heung-min Son, 6 Champions League group stage games.
A
Viking from Denmark.
4
goals against Leeds, 3 defensive headaches, 2 lads from Juve, and a striker that's one of our own.
Amazing. Bravo.
Mate, you are a legend,
Bravo.
Dan. You are a legend.
That was really good.
Mate, thanks for that. Do you know, the only thing I'm going to pick apart from that one, because it's amazing, but where else
Yeah.
are Vikings from?
Norway, Sweden.
Are they? Was there a lot from there? I
Scandinavia.
thought they were mainly from Denmark. See,
And
my history is
Vikings
rubbish.
a way of life, but they're all Norse.
Ah, get you. There we go.
Yeah.
So it could be a Viking from anywhere up there. Right, I get you.
Yeah.
Great, mate. I love it.
Why did you add the word stage? 6 Champions League group games. That works so much better. Why add the word stage?
Because we've got more coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, but not more group games. 6 Champions League group games works. 6 Champions League group stage games.
I'll be honest.
It's like you were deliberately trying to cock yourself up, and I don't get it.
You're giving me a lot more credit and thinking I put a lot more effort into it than I actually did.
Oh, mate, it's awesome.
Wow,
Mate, thank you.
But
I
one thing
feel.
I will note is, obviously, I was doing it as tribute to Matt, really,
Yeah.
but I didn't realise how much work it is trying to find out the stats and numbers.
Tell me about it, mate.
So, absolute clutching at straws for 90% of these, and yeah.
Do you know, a bit like with the Band-Aid, the ones that come out afterwards, I felt a bit like Bono. I was like, look, I was in the original and I want to be in the other ones, all right? I know you're changing the lyrics and stuff, but I want to be involved. So I did get involved, you know.
You did.
Yeah.
You got involved well, and I will put the original at the end of this podcast for everyone who's wondering. If you're new and you missed that, the original will be on there, which was famously the season after the Champions League final, basically. So we were in a pretty good mood.
Oh, we were, weren't we? That's when things were very good.
Oh,
no trophies, but
no, but we were happy. We played some good football. After that, things changed. But in that moment, in that particular Christmas, we were happy. So that is it. That is the Christmas special for 2022. As I said earlier in the recording, we record this the day England play France, so we don't know the result of that game or who won the World Cup. So we're going to record 2 endings, and I'll edit it in, depending on which way it goes. So first of all, we'll do the ending where England got knocked out, and they haven't won the World Cup. So, it's another World Cup campaign. What do you guys think? Do you think Southgate could keep his job, or do you think he should get replaced? Matt, what do you think?
He's got to go. He's got to go. Look, you look at
Gotta
the Nation League games. He was awful
Yeah.
then, and we got our hopes up,
Yeah.
didn't we? Thinking getting to the quarterfinals, thinking we're
Yeah.
going to win it, and then just like with them, he can never get to that final hurdle. I think he's
Yeah.
got to go. Let's bring
Gotta
Sam
go.
Allardyce back in.
Big Sam, okay. And Dan, what do you think? Does he have to go now?
Look, it was unlucky. It's penalties. Anything can happen in penalties, but
So
it's the defensive football. It's
Yeah.
not good for us.
sucking the
Yeah.
life out of a very young, exciting team. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So that's our final word on that. Congrats to the winners of the World Cup. It wasn't England, but never mind. Okay, so now we'll record that as if England have won the World Cup, okay? I mean, obviously it's amazing. England world champions again. Never thought I'd see it in my lifetime. Matt, Gareth Southgate, statue, knighthood. I mean, the man's a legend.
Hey mate, you're right. Yeah, I literally only got out of custody a couple of days ago. I can't believe my neighbour complained. Like,
Yeah.
look, how many times do you win the World Cup? Look,
I know.
I should have maybe kept my underpants on when I ran outside. But
Yeah.
I just got really excited about it because
I know,
how
agreed.
did you see it? Now we've got two.
We-
Got two players in our squad now that have won, have captained
Captain
World Cup.
and lifted the World Cup.
It's
I know,
unreal, yeah. And honestly,
I know.
those 2
Kane,
days in custody.
Kane lifting the World Cup and then walking over and signing that new contract was pretty special.
Oh God,
It was-
it's unreal,
Yeah.
Isn't it? This is amazing. I can't believe where we are right now.
Yeah, no, unbelievable. And Dan, I mean, do you agree the celebrations? Sir Kane and Sir Southgate.
No, absolutely. I still can't get over the celebrations on the pitch, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Eric Dyer going up to Hugo Lloris and just basically laughing in his face.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was something else. I mean, but I mean, it's going to be fun. It'll all be fine when they come back. It'll be fine, and the Boxing Day fixture will go well. So yeah, I'm confident. But England world champions, amazing.
Unreal.
There we go. Right, so we got both of them down. That's fine. Yeah, I'll edit that in. That's fine. I won't leave them both. So yes, I want to just take the opportunity to say a massive thank you to everybody for listening. We know the show's been a bit haphazard the last couple of months. We've had a lot going on work-wise, family-wise, so thank you so much for all the messages and the people just giving us support. We are going to be back as Tottenham resume things, so look out for us. The first game back is Boxing Day, so our show will return following that. Keep an eye on the social media and we'll tell you exactly when. But until then, Matt, big thank you, my friend. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah, goodbye. I know we say it every year, but thank you for your support and thank you for listening. It's just I still find it unreal that we have more than 1,000 people listening to us just having a chat every week, and I love it. So thank you so much for your support, for the messages. We get loads of messages, don't we, of support and stuff. So cheers, guys, and thank you, Sam, for all the effort you put in to put it all together. Because
Thanks, mate.
look, I just come on and talk for an hour, and you do all the stuff behind the scenes. So thanks for that, mate.
That's why I sound so tired all the time. Dan, as well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for singing. I did completely stitch you up. Hopefully you'll forgive me in time for Christmas. Would you like to say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah, goodbye. And I hope Sam puts a bit of auto-tune on any of that went on before.
I have no idea how much I can polish that, but I will give it a bloody good go for you.
Yeah, you was talking about turds earlier in the podcast, weren't you, Sam?
Yeah,
I think that's.
I was, yeah. But I will do everything I can, and at the end of this show, I'll put the original on as well, so people can enjoy that. But yeah, just from me, I hope everyone has a merry and safe Christmas and a happy New Year. You all take care.
Thank you for listening to the Spurs News Christmas Special. We hope you had a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year.
It's taken me a fair while, but I have for you 12 Matt stats in the form of the 12 days of Christmas.
I'm so happy.
I'm
Are
excited
ready for this?
Are you ready?
Yes.
You sitting comfortably?
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Right, here we go. Right, okay. On the first day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me that hat trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena. On the second day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 2 Sissoko goals and that hat trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena. On the third day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals and that hat trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena. On the fourth day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals and that hat trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena. On the 5th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and the hat-trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena.
It's at this point Matt regrets this.
Listen,
keep going.
have you liked the fact that because I've put the number 1 in, I'm getting to say that number 1 12 times.
I know.
And I love it every time.
Go.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and that hat-trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena. On the 7th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and that hat-trick at the Johan
Cruyff Arena. Come on, Stefan.
Singing along. On the 8th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 8 goals by defenders, 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and the
hat-trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 9 league clean sheets, 8 goals by defenders, 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and
a hat-trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena.
Love it. On the 10th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 10 wins at the new stadium, 9 league clean sheets, 8 goals by defenders, 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and that hat-trick at the Johan
Cruyff Arena.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 11 Carl Walker appearances, 10 wins at the new stadium, 9 league clean sheets, 8 goals by defenders, 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5 converted Kane penalties, 4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and that hat-trick at the
Johan Cruyff Arena.
And finally, on the 12th day of Christmas, my Tottenham gave to me 12 Champions League ties, 11 Carl Walker appearances, 10 wins at the new stadium, 9 league clean sheets, 8 goals by defenders, 7 goals at Tranmere, 6 daily assists, 5
converted Kane penalties,
4 league away wins, 3 big signings, 2 Sissoko goals, and
the hat-trick at the Johan Cruyff Arena.
Thanks very much.
That was incredible. Round of applause.